course, the President of the United States is so amazing he can defy gravity. Sure, his poll numbers are going backwards, but he's able to fall up the stairs. Well, he, of course, knows that he can't run on inflation, he can't run on the economy, he can't run on the border, he can't run on law and order. So he's out there trying to say that anyone who supported Trump a couple of years ago, or maybe still today, has darkness in their heart. Vote for me because I'm not him, even though him is not actually on the ballot paper. Echoed, of course, by the allegedly mainstream media doing the bidding of these idiots.
We are watching right now a very radical and extreme Republican Party mirror what we have seen in other places like Nazi Germany, like other places like the Bolsheviks. Don't you love this, right? Even though the job you hire them to do is to deal with things like inflation, no, the other guys are a threat to democracy, so rehire us to keep doing a terrible job with the things that you hired us to do, but we're better than the other guys who don't believe in democracy, despite the fact that democracy meant they weren't in power and you were. One of those people is a man who, of course, had a rather close relationship with a Chinese spy, let's put it that way. Eric Swalwell, who, among other things, says that blood is coming, bloodshed is coming because of the death threats that he's getting, as if no one ever at any other time receives death threats. And then there's this other little bit of detail that you may well have noticed that nobody else is talking about. I wonder why. Now, as you know, there's a to and fro right now by Donald Trump and his team that the documents that were taken from Mar-a-Lago in the raid a few weeks ago, that the FBI wouldn't be able to hold on to them, the Department of Justice wouldn't be able to hold on to them, a thing called a special master. Essentially, somebody who isn't Trump and isn't the government would be able to hold on to the documents so no one can fiddle with them. Well, remember we were told that in part after a couple of days, when people seemed to be annoyed at this raid taking place at all on a former president, that all of this was special because it involved the N-word.
But one of the things they were concerned about is potential documents about nuclear weapons.
I'm still trying to get my jaw up off the floor. When they started talking about nuclear documents, we're talking about nuclear weapons, there's the issue of two possible potential concerns. One, is it our weapons or someone else's weapons?
The Washington Post is reporting that classified documents relating to nuclear weapons were among the items the FBI agents were searching for while on the property.
Well, what we understand is that among these classified documents that the FBI was searching for is documents related to nuclear weapons.
FBI agents were searching for classified documents relating to nuclear weapons.
Ooh. Well, guess what? 35 pages when the Department of Justice was arguing against the Trump request for these things to go to the independent master, the third party. And guess which word does not appear once? Nuclear. Not once. Instead, apparently all of this is to do with the Presidential Records Act, which of course is not about the nuclear codes and those separate laws that mean that he's going to jail. But what about this as well? You may well have seen this photo, which is the photos of the top secret documents apparently strewn all over Mar-a-Lago. Only problem is the photo is staged. Yes, that's Mar-a-Lago. Yes, that's the carpet. Yes, those are the documents. But guess what? According to the New York Times, the folders were allayed by agents at Mar-a-Lago after being removed from what the filing indicated was Mr. Trump's office. They were not discovered scattered on the floor, according to two federal law enforcement officials. So the photo makes it look like Donald Trump's just walking around, just tossing bits of paper here, throwing a bit of secret information there, handing them out with the menus. But guess what? The FBI were the ones who took them out, laid them out on the floor and took the photo. They then leaked that apparently it might have something to do with the nuclear codes, but then when it came to arguing who should have access to the documents, they didn't use the N-word. What a surprise from the same people who told us that there's a videotape with Russian hookers.